Are you tired of attracting relationships that only leave you with pain? Do you feel trapped in a painful cycle, meeting the same type of person over and over again, leaving you feeling empty and wondering if true love is even real? What if I told you this isn't bad luck but a powerful invisible signal you're sending out to the universe? A secret frequency that is dictating who you attract and, more importantly, who you repel. Carl Jung, one of history's greatest minds, decoded this phenomenon, and in the next few minutes I will reveal how you can stop broadcasting signals of pain and start vibrating at a frequency that makes the deep, authentic connection you've always dreamed of simply inevitable. Before we dive into this secret, I need to ask you for a small favor. We've noticed that a huge number of people who watch and find value in our videos are not yet subscribed. If you're ready to finally break free from these cycles and master your own reality, take a second to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This way you won't miss out on the transformative knowledge we share. And if you find value in this message, please tap the like button. It tells the algorithm to share this video with others who might be feeling just as lost. We're also curious to see how far Jung's powerful teachings can reach. Let us know in the comments where you are watching from in the world. It's truly inspiring to see our community connect from all corners of the globe. Now prepare yourself, because what you are about to hear could change the course of your love life forever. Let's begin. From the first breath, we are not alone. We are born submerged in an invisible field of energy, a subtle web that connects soul to soul long before language tries to explain it. We don't see it, but we feel it. In a gaze that stops time, in a silence that says more than 1,000 words, in a presence that cannot be ignored, it is not chance, it is not chemistry, it is vibration. Carl Jung dedicated his life to unraveling that mystery. He discovered that significant encounters are not coincidental, but deep resonances between unconscious minds that seek each other without knowing it. Attraction is not a sudden desire. It is an ancient, silent call that vibrates from the deepest part of the being. There are connections that need no explanation. They simply happen. A crossing of paths, a brief conversation, a fleeting touch, and suddenly something inside is activated. It is not about external affinities, but about an internal recognition, as if you had already known that person before this time. We call it love, we call it destiny. Jung called it synchronicity. Two souls that vibrate on the same frequency attract each other with the force of the inevitable. They do not seek, they find. They do not force, they recognize. They do not complete, they reflect. But not all attraction is luminous. What you have not yet healed also vibrates. Your fear also emits signals. Your unresolved wounds act like magnets. If you carry chaos within, you will attract chaos without. Therefore, before asking why love doesn't arrive, you should ask yourself what is vibrating inside you. The unconscious shapes your reality long before you can understand it. If you live with insecurity, if you fear abandonment, if you still carry unresolved bonds, your energy will attract mirrors that reflect that image back to you, not to punish you, but to awaken you. The relationships that hurt the most are often the ones that teach you the most. They do not repeat by chance. They repeat because your soul has not yet understood the lesson. Jung explained it clearly. The soul calls the same archetype over and over again until you awaken. Each bond is an invitation to heal, to look within, to stop searching outside for what can only spring from within. When you do that work, when you dive into your shadow and emerge with your essence intact, something changes. Your vibration transforms, and with it everything you attract changes. Then you do not seek, you do not beg, you do not run after. Your presence is enough. Your peace becomes a beacon. And whoever is on your frequency arrives, not out of necessity, not out of lack, but out of vibrational affinity. This is where true connection is born. when you no longer need to be loved to feel valuable, but you love yourself so much that you can only connect with someone who expands you. Most people confuse attraction with need, love with attachment, chemistry with destiny, and that is why they repeat cycles that only exhaust the soul. But when two beings have done the inner work, when they have accepted their shadow, honored their history, and raised their energy, the attraction that arises between them does not respond to any human logic. It is not coincidence, it is correspondence. A relationship like this does not begin with promises, but with presence. It is not based on words, but on energy. It is not sustained by expectations, but by truth. On that level, there are no games, no masks, no need to impress. The connection is so pure, so essential, that everything else is superfluous. They feel each other, even when they are far apart. They understand each other without speaking. They choose each other without effort, because when two hearts vibrate alike, attraction does not depend on wills. It happens. It doesn't need to be explained. It needs to be sustained. And to sustain something so profound, you must have first found yourself. The problem is not love. It is what we do with it when we are not ready. We want bonds that heal, but we do not let go of the wounds. We seek relationships that elevate us while we still walk with the weight of our unintegrated shadows. The soul longs for authentic connection, but the ego fears being seen without its disguises. Jung knew it. No one can love from the soul if they have not first descended into their own abysses. The other is always a mirror, and the stronger the connection, the clearer the reflection. To love truly is to allow the other to show you what you still do not want to see. That is why deep relationships are not the most comfortable. They are the most transformative. They are the ones that shake you, that show you your chaos, that force you to stop running away. But not everyone is ready for that. Many confuse intensity with danger. They flee when love ceases to be a fantasy and becomes an implacable mirror. And that's okay. Not everyone can handle the truth. The energy that such a connection awakens is not light, it is intense, it is sacred, it is a fire that can illuminate or burn. When someone is not ready to sustain that intensity, they leave, not for lack of love, but for the inability to face what the other shows them. This is where you must remember. It is not your job to convince or wait forever, or dim your light so that someone else feels comfortable. If your vibration has changed, if you have done the inner work, you will attract people who have also done it. And if someone walks away, do not take it as a loss, but as a liberation. True love does not demand chains, it does not beg, it does not plead, it is chosen freely. Detachment is mature love. It means understanding that no one is obligated to stay and that you are not obligated to hold on. Each soul has its own rhythm, its own journey, its own lesson. If you are ready and the other is not, there is no mistake. There is asymmetry. And the only way to honor that truth is by letting go, not by clinging. Because when the connection is real, it is not broken by distance, it is not erased by silence, it is not extinguished by time. It remains there in another form, as a vibrant memory, as a lesson, as an energetic trace that will accompany you even if the bond transforms. And if both are ready, if both have walked their own path of integration, then the miracle happens. The connection is sustained without effort. There is no fear, no doubt, no need, only presence. The relationship is no longer a refuge for deficiencies, but a space for expansion, for alchemy, for mutual evolution. Because when two souls meet on the same level of consciousness, the relationship becomes a temple, and it does not matter how long it takes them to reach each other, because when they do, everything fits, not by coincidence, but by correspondence, not because they have forced it, but because they have vibrated in sync. At that point, love does not need to be explained. It is felt, it is inhabited, it is honored. And the most beautiful thing is that there is no struggle, no sacrifice, no anxiety. Just two complete beings who recognize each other, who choose each other, who accompany each other without losing themselves. True love does not happen when you find someone who completes you. It happens when you have stopped looking for that outside, when you yourself have become a home. Then, whoever arrives does not come to fill a void, but to share their abundance. And in that crossing of full energies, attraction becomes sacred. It is not desire, it is recognition. It is not a momentary passion, it is a vibrational dance. It is not need, it is shared freedom. That is why the question is not, how do I find that person? The real question is, am I vibrating like the person I wish to attract? Because the universe does not respond to your desires. It responds to your frequency, and the frequency is born from the love that already dwells in you. When that happens, when you become what you long for, life takes care of the rest. And when two hearts resonate in that same silent melody, there is no distance, no doubt, no time that can prevent the encounter. It is inevitable, not because they need it, but because they recognize each other, because they have met before seeing each other, and because deep down they were always vibrating to the same song. Sometimes a single glance is enough for two souls to recognize each other, not because they are seeing each other for the first time, but because they have been waiting for lifetimes. There is a sacred instant where everything aligns. Your history, your pain, your awakening, your vibration. And in that instant, someone arrives not to save you, not to complete you, but to walk with you in the direction of the soul. That is true attraction, the art of coinciding without searching, of loving without possessing, of feeling without understanding. And if that connection has not yet arrived, do not despair, do not insist. Just keep vibrating in truth, because when the soul is ready, synchronicity happens. And when it happens, there is no mistake, no doubt, only certainty. Now tell me, do you think you are already vibrating like the person you wish to attract? I'll read you in the comments. And so, the power is now in your hands. You now understand that attraction is not a game of chance, but a law of resonance. The universe isn't giving you what you want, it's giving you who you are. This knowledge is the key to ending the cycles of pain and disappointment forever. But remember, this is only the beginning of your awakening journey. The principles of synchronicity and shadow work run deeper than you can imagine, influencing not just your love life, but your entire reality. If this message has awakened something within you, and you are ready to continue on this path to becoming the powerful creator of your reality, then I invite you to join our community. A surprisingly large number of you watch our videos until the very end, but haven't subscribed yet. If that's you, please take this moment to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next critical steps in this journey. Please also press the like button to help spread this wisdom to others who are still searching for it. And now, to seal your intention today, I have one final powerful question for you. Based on everything you have just learned, what is the single most important frequency you are choosing to vibrate from this day forward? Peace, abundance, self-love? Declare it in the comments below. Your words have power. Thank you for your energy and for walking this path with us. Until next time, remember, do not seek love. Become the love you seek, and watch as the world rearranges itself to meet you.